All right. What is happening in the world? What is happening? Let's go here. Let's go here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn this down. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Test, 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 test. Catherine Knoll, saw you bought your ticket to the Soulogy Fest. Houston, Texas, 2023, December 8th, 9th, and 10th. I decided over the last few days that things have been a little too quiet. And it's time to open this thing up a little bit. Every one of us is a reflection of the universal energy in human form, right? And so every one of us can mirror and reflect the universal energy that we're all swimming in. And I just talk about it a lot, right? I mean, it's time to come out. It's time to come out and play. It's time to come out and be seen. It doesn't matter if the powerless powers that be create mask mandates or lockdowns or whatever fuckery or false flag they want to put out there. Doesn't matter. It's not a death sentence. It's not some type of restriction that shrouds the soul. That's a misconception. This entire realm has been built on the power of suggestion, which, because of its success, became very distorted, you know, and we don't have to be playing that game anymore. We're not. So we're certainly going to do our part at Soulogy to anchor in the new earth, to anchor in truth without teaching, faith without fearing, love by living, you know. We need to be seen. That's why I'm encouraging people to come to Soulogy Network and start their own show. We'll support you. We got 18 shows now in addition to the ones I do, and we got another 18 that are going to be coming on board, and I'll get to the emails and messages if any of you are watching. I know they've been sitting there for a while, but there's no linear time pressure, right? There's no linear time pressure, so that's part of the fear programming. Is the linear time pressure, is the clock and the calendar. Anyway, let me turn this down. So yeah, I'm going to start doing, and I say I. There is no I. I've always referred to Soulogy as we. So we are going to start doing a daily show, 5 days, 6 days, maybe 7 days a week. And on that show, I'm just going to jump on here and just do whatever comes, whatever pops in, invite other people on, you know, play videos, tell you what's going on with Soulogy, and just talk about things. Listen to music, whatever the case is. Anyway, so it's time for all of us to come out, and many of us know this already, and many of us know it's coming for us if we haven't taken the plunge. Doesn't mean that everybody's going to have a show on Soulogy Network. It just means that we're coming out to be seen. And it's important. It's important because it combats the fuckery. It combats these ridiculous, stupid apparatuses of the Matrix. The mainstream media, I can't believe any people even watch that shit. I mean, if you look at social media, if you look at the reels and the stories on social media, I mean, these are these are controlled too, right? We're here to make up our own mind for ourselves. We're here to be empowered within ourselves. We're here to share and not hoard anything. We don't hoard love. We don't hoard energy. We don't hoard money. We don't hoard luxury. We don't hoard provisions. We're living in a world where, you know, the universal mother has come down. You know how it is. You know how it is. I come from a big family. And you know how it is when, you know, the mother's been gone and, you know, and she's coming home. Then everybody starts getting their shit together, right? Well, that's what's happening. No harm, no foul, no judgment, 100% compassion. But the bullshit's over. If you want it to be over, I'm not participating in the bullshit no more. I don't give a shit. If they have checkpoints at every corner, they can kiss my fucking ass. They can kiss my soul's immaculate, perfect ass. How about that? You know? And with love. You know? With love. I'm not, you know, going to be part of this separation and division. I'm not going to be part of it. It's like this big old sandbox that we're all playing in, and, you know, somebody figured out we can step out of the sandbox and we can create our own sandboxes, and that's what you know, we try to do at Soulogy, whether it be music or whether it be you know, conversations or people starting new shows. I mean, you know, it's like we're a bunch of kids on the playground. You know, that's what it's like. We can just play. I mean, this is way beyond cliche. This is way beyond New Age-isms. It's way beyond pretty words of philosophy. We are God's children. We are the golden child, right? We are the golden child. And what does the golden child do? The golden child is innocent and genuine and free and blameless and guiltless and loving and just, you know, just perfection. You know, just like we look at a child. I mean, we look at the energy of a child that's not been conditioned and not been told no so many times. They're like a dog, you know, in the corner, scared. You know, children are fearless. Children don't know that something might be disruptive to them. You know, so the realm's changing. It's a realm that's supporting us when we come from the proper intention and alignment. And it takes a great deal of humility to hold that type of thing and sustain it, perpetuate it. How do we get that humility? I'm not here to tell anyone how to do anything. I love the way people come on the shows that they're doing on Soulogy and they say, this has been my experience and maybe this will help you. And so that's what I look at. But humility to me comes from the brutal honesty of the soul, the conversations, the dialogue within. I'm not talking about that chatterbox bullshit one. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the human being Todd and the soul Todd talking to each other. The brutal honesty of the soul. You know, what's uncomfortable for the human but harmonious to the soul. Like, you know, the soul's been talking to us, the entire time we've been alive, in this incarnation and all other incarnations. It's always there. And the voice that usually listens is now the voice that tells. And that's kind of what's happening. And it's a beautiful thing to be involved with all these people in the world, all of you. It's a beautiful thing to be involved in something that looks so minuscule. Oh, it's sologynetwork.com, and there's, a few hundred people in it, and and they've got 20 shows a week coming out, and and I see some of the comments, and we've never really had a lot of negative comments sent our way, at least not openly. We have had a few, here and there. I see people make comments occasionally about, it costs $12.12 a month to subscribe, even though we're going to be giving away a lot of free content. But, people are going to do, and people are going to say whatever the hell they want. But it's bigger's not always better. And especially as we've come into this greater state of awareness, we realize that one soul, one empowered soul, one aligned soul, one soul carrying the Trinity energy can create universes. It can create massive creations. And the real wild card to this thing that's happening now is that we're in a very physical realm where the potential of our creations have a physical, are going to have, or do have a physical components, which is exciting, right? I mean, that's exciting to think that we come from all of these civilizations that we know of and don't know of, that built the pyramids around the world, that created the technology that we had in Atlantis. And I can promise you there's hundreds of them, thousands of them that happened before then that we have no recollection of, that did many great things, right? We contain all of that. We contain all of that and more. And that's the part where we come in, the more. The more. It's like everything is a remix. Everything is, I love music, and I love to hear these, I love the blues, right? The old blues, like from the 20s and the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And I love when these modern DJs, electronic DJs, they take an old blues song and then they'll add some modern electronic music to it. It's badass. That's what we're doing. We're taking the Akashic record, we're adding our living library experiential, part to it, that coding, experiential coding. And we're adding that to the Akashic, you could say it that way. And then we're creating from that. And here's the thing, creation is not something that happens down the road. Let's use this metaphor, like a rocket ship, like one of Tesla's, or whatever that's called, SpaceX. Creation is not the rocket ship taking off. Creation is the building of the rocket ship. The creation is the design and architecture of the rocket. It's like they talk about in that adage of, it's not the destination, it's the journey. We don't have to wait. We don't have to wait one moment for creation. We don't have to wait until we have the right lighting. We don't have to wait till, everything's just right and, and it's polished and everything's in perfect order. I don't buy that shit, by the way. I don't buy this thing where everything's got to be in the right spot and everything's got to be in the right place, because otherwise it's a reflection of your energy and it's just all messed up and chaotic. Where do you think creation comes from? It comes from chaos. Where do you think everything's birthed from? It's birthed from the holy darkness. It's birthed from the universal womb of the Great Mother, right? But yeah, we don't have to wait. Our natural nature is spontaneity. And spontaneity to me is a acting on spontaneity, or the act of spontaneity is to me a testament of faith. It's a testament to trust, a testament to internal guidance that we call intuition. It's a testament to telepathy. It's a testament to creative life force. So don't hesitate. Don't wait for the right moment. I shouldn't say that because I don't want to be negative. Let me just say it a different way. There's a power in acting, when the inspiration hits you. And there's also a power in showing up regardless of how you feel. In fact, it's more powerful to show up when you're in less balance than when you're balanced. I mean, that's the way it works for me. Something happens. Something happens when you're not 100% in your own mind. And you show up, and then you do your thing, and then something happens. You get some kind of a burst, lift, that type of thing. So yeah, I'm just going to be popping on every day, and we're just going to be seeing what's going on. Maybe we'll surf a few articles or website with some of the people out there that put out good information. Maybe we'll call people up on the phone and bring them on the screen without telling them. I could call somebody on like on Facebook Messenger, and I could put their voice and their picture. That'd be kind of cold. We'll think about it. But yeah, we're just going to get into a lot of different stuff, and I'll be talking about what's going on with Soulogy for a reason. That's because I don't believe that people really understand what we're doing, and I think when they can understand it, they'll understand that Todd's not doing it. These people making these 18 shows aren't doing it. The few hundred people that are in the community as subscribers, they're actually the ones doing it. And if you look at the demographics of those people, they're the same demographics of the 135,000 people that are officially in the Soulogy platforms on social media. And they're also the same demographics of most all of these Lightworker, Starseed type of platforms. They're feminine, they're 45 and over, and they're tech challenged, which is cool because that's who we're designing the site for primarily. We're designing it universally, but we're designing it to make it as user-friendly and interactive for the vast majority of these communities and of the type of soul that makes up these communities, this movement, this enlightenment movement, this awakening movement. We have a show in 8 minutes, and that show is going to be on the SoulogyNetwork.com. We put some shows out on social media. Let me just be clear about that. We put out premieres of any show, and then every show has a spotlight show of the month, and then Soul Speaks 5D has a couple of spotlight shows of the week. And we do that so we can let everyone know what we're doing if they're not in the network. But we're also in the process of putting together an automated system of producing excerpts from all of our material. And we're going to release that. We're going to release those excerpts on social media, but we're also going to release those excerpts. Let me show you. Boom. Right here. Okay. So we're going to release, so if you go to sologynetwork.com, the page you land on is called a public page. And where you see this video logo right now is where we will have a constant stream 24 hours a day, constantly being updated and refined of the excerpts from all the original programming from the network. That's where it'll be. That will be free to the public. That will be where the app, the Soulogy app, takes you, and that app will be given to anyone and everyone free. And that'll give them access to this public page with a constant stream of excerpts for free. It's an alternative to YouTube. It's an alternative to Facebook, and then if you decide you want to subscribe, you can come in and subscribe. That's up to you. But we're updating this always. This is our Soulogy Main Street. This is where all of our material, all of our content is put in chronological order. We just developed this. It needs some work, where we're going to have tags that you can search by. You can search by the people or the shows. We've got to get these updated because they're not actually accurate. And that's something that we'll be working on. We also have an interactive schedule, which isn't up here yet. Forgive us, but you know what? It's a perfect imperfection. But this schedule is going to be interactive, and we're going to be breaking that over the next few days. Have a marketplace, and of course here's the Soulogy Fest. Don't forget about that. December 8th, 9th, and 10th. Houston, Texas on 30 acres. Where everybody is a star. We've got to update this too. Again, thank you for allowing me to be the perfect imperfection as we do as much as we can. But we got many, many more people have purchased tickets. There's about 8 or 10 people that are actually coming from Europe. And our tickets are, if you're an annual member of the network, it's $199 early bird. That's good through the end of September. And if you are a monthly member, your ticket's $333, but you get an annual 12-month free membership to the network. And if you're not a member, it's $369 early bird, and you get 6 months of a free membership. But actually, the cheapest way to do it, if you're not a member, is go in and get the annual membership at $144, and then you're eligible to buy the $199 ticket, which saves you about $30, something like that. Anyway, it's going to be a blast. There's no doubt about it. We have a 16,000 square foot pavilion. We have, let me go back. How do I go back? We have a 16,000 square foot pavilion. We have 15,000 square foot pavilion. We have about 6,000 square feet of tents. We have a 400 square foot tent that's going to be strictly for Utopia and children. Kind of a combination there. Ashley Lee and Kate Lumley are going to be working on that. Ashley's going to be working on, with a couple other people, a schedule for children's activities and features for children. So, you know, we're just making it up as we go. We'll start filling out the schedule in earnest the first week of October after the early bird. I would highly recommend that you look at coming to Soulogy Fest 2023, Houston, Texas, December 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's going to be a powerful gathering and activation, and at a very important time in this world, as I understand it, that will be leading us into the miraculous experience that we'll have in 2024. Anyway, we got a show in 3 minutes. We will be live on the Soulogy Network. We do give all of our guests a full-length copy. There will be a guest. Marita Bat-Shashan is on transmissions with Julia Weiss and Susan Bornstein. We will give Marita a full-length copy. That's one of our customs, is we give any guest on the Soulogy Network a full-length copy, and they're welcome to share it on social media as they wish. Anyway, see you guys later. Maybe we'll do 2 daily shows today. Peace out.